They said money could buy anything, until a CEO signed a deal with the devil himself. But when the time came to collect, it wasn't the billionaire holding the power, it was his servant. Marcus Lane wasn't born rich, but you wouldn't know it from the way the world bowed to him. At 19, he dropped out of college to launch a garage-based software company. At 25, he was already a billionaire. By 30, his face was on magazine covers. And at 33, his empire stretched across finance, technology, and politics. He owned penthouses in 7 cities, a fleet of yachts, and a private island that most governments weren't allowed to enter. But for all his wealth, Marcus was restless. Deals didn't excite him anymore. Power felt finite. Late one evening, at a dinner with foreign dignitaries, a man whispered to him about a private auction in New Orleans, a place where nothing was sold for money, yet fortunes were made. Intrigued, Marcus accepted the invitation. The event was unlike anything he'd seen: no lights, no cameras, only masked bidders and items not listed in any catalogue. That's when Marcus noticed him, a man in a perfectly tailored black suit, skin pale as candle wax, smile sharp as a blade. The stranger raised a glass. "I hear you're looking for more." The man in black called himself Mr. Ashford, though Marcus suspected it wasn't his real name. They sat in a quiet corner, sipping wine that tasted older than history. "What I offer isn't money," Ashford said, sliding a black leather folder across the table. Inside was a contract, written in a language Marcus somehow understood. The promise: influence beyond persuasion. The ability to sway minds with a word, to close any deal before the negotiation began. Presidents would invite him for advice. CEOs would crumble under a glance. Rivals would self-destruct without Marcus lifting a finger. The price: his soul. Marcus laughed. "I don't even believe in souls." Ashford's grin widened. "Then it's the easiest deal you'll ever make." Without hesitation, Marcus signed, pressing the gold fountain pen to paper. The moment the ink dried, the air around him seemed to hum, and something invisible settled over his shoulders, a crown of unseen power. The next morning, he tested it. A senator who had refused his call for months now begged to meet. A hostile board member resigned without reason. The world bent to him. Marcus thought he had won. 17 years passed. Marcus grew richer, his influence expanding until he could topple governments with a phone call. But at 50, during his birthday celebration in his Manhattan skyscraper, dark clouds swallowed the city. Lightning illuminated the glass walls. The music died.